In 2016, Dustin Johnson turned serious potential into great success. His US Open victory on a testing Oakmont layout helped him overcome the heartache of several previous near misses at the majors and proved he had the temperament to deal with the pressure of being top of the leaderboard. He's also developed a much more rounded and complete game with the help of his coach, Claude Harmon. So we spoke to the man who was by DJ's side throughout last season to find out how the world number 3's dreams became reality.
Well, I think he played fantastic. It was a difficult week. He had some, something really unfortunate, happen to him on Sunday. I think the way he handled that, really kind of changed maybe a little bit of the perception of him as a person and as a player. And I think once you get that major championship, it's the one thing all these players want to get. And, for those of us that are around DJ, it was just nice to see him be able to do that and experience that. He'd had so many close chances. He'd been close before, as we always say about DJ. He's had some crazy stuff happen to him. He's done some crazy stuff to himself, on the golf course in major championships. And it was always something that we thought could happen. He had the potential and the game to be a major champion. But, so many of these guys out here have the potential and they never realize that. And I think for the kind of the guys that are around him on a regular basis, his team, for the rest of his career to be a major champion is something, so special to get him to see and get to be that.
Oh, well done, Dustin Johnson.
He has the type of game I think he's going to put himself in the contention in major championships for the next 4 or 5 years, and it's going to be cool to see if he can win some more.
Dustin missed the cut at the Farmers Insurance Open, but he's looked sharp on his other 2 outings this year. A tie for 6th at the Tournament of Champions in Hawaii in early January was followed by a classy 2nd-place finish at the Abu Dhabi HSBC Championship.
He's unbelievably talented. I think out of all the players, he's easily the most talented player I've ever been around, and he's the athlete out here. He can do pretty much anything that you want. So, working with him, you have to keep things really simple because he doesn't really want a lot of, information and clutter. He's very much a see ball, hit ball. I think sometimes DJ gets a bad rap for maybe not being the student of the game, but he's very good at making changes very, very fast. And so our job as guys that work with him is to try and keep things really, really simple so that when he plays, he can just go play golf. He doesn't want to go out and play golf swing. We're always trying to come up with different ways to say the things that we're trying to get across to him so that he can just go and put it into play. And what we try and do is anything that we're trying to work on, we try and give it to him in as simple as possible so that he can go from the driving range and practice and put it into play. And I think he's one of the best in the world at that.
The 32-year-old is well known for his long and accurate driving, but he hasn't always been able to take advantage of how far and straight he hits it off the tee. That changed in 2016 after plenty of hard work to improve his iron play, which was so successful he finished last season with the best scoring average on the PGA Tour.
I think the big change last year that he improved was his wedge game. Really from 100 to 150 yards, he's become one of the best on tour because he has that club so often because he hits the golf ball so far. But, for the average golfer, what he did was he turned a weakness into a strength. And, now, we don't stand on the driving range and hit many drivers because he's a great driver of the golf ball. But what we do now is we spend an enormous amount of time on the areas of his game that he wasn't really that great in, which was that kind of dead zone that he had from 100 to 150, and he's turned it into a tremendous strength. And when his wedge game's good and he's putting good and he drives it good, he's as good as anybody out there. He's tough to beat. He's in that vein of Rory McIlroy when he drives it good and he putts it good. Jason Day, those 3 guys, when they get the putter going and they drive it good, the rest of their games are so good that they're almost impossible to beat, and they're going to continue week in, week out to have as many chances to win as these guys continue to have.
DJ's currently behind Jason Day and Rory McIlroy in the world rankings, but with the Australian struggling to find his best form and McIlroy out injured, don't be surprised to see Dustin Johnson move ahead and be top of the list very soon.